We see a few buildings under a blue sky. You said you wanted to know about Yon Ho, questions the living Buddha, Master Musan. Yes, that's right. I'm compiling materials to document his history. The radiant martial sovereign. A man who was always very just and benevolent. The Buddha must have sent him to our side. Ah, just as I thought. But what was he like on a day basis? His daily behavior and his appearance. Darn it, I can't do this. What is it? We see in the Hubei clan, the boy being thrown out. He honored this, he honored that. What in the world is a filthy, lowly human like you doing here? Shouts the irritated supreme elder of the Hubei Panged clan, Pan Dojuki. What did you hope to achieve by coming here? Go get a whole bag of salt and spread it around here. What? Yan Ho, the radiant martial sovereign, a legendary figure who ended the age of chaos, a great man and a true gentleman, also known worldwide as a skilled warrior. Some called him the best of all time, others the greatest warrior, gentleman. But why does everyone seem to avoid talking about him? As a historian, it is my duty to document even the hidden parts of history, and today I can finally find out why. So both Shaolin and the Hubei Pang clan kicked you out? Asks the divine mad dog of the beggars sect. Yes, everyone's response was more or less the same. The moment I mentioned Wei Young Ho's name, of course, they would react that way. Pardon? That man, 100 years ago, Guangdong clan. He was the worst person that ever existed. We see a young man lying in bed. I want to be the strongest, says the 12-year-old Yan Ho. Once upon a time, there was a boy who dreamed of becoming the strongest under the heavens. Born into a martial clan, he was raised on the teachings of warrior chivalry. Because of that, he already knew the fastest path to the top. And that path was relentless effort. Yes, no matter how talented you are, nothing comes without effort. Effort is the only way forward. For a boy with so much will, there was just one small problem. And that problem was that it was already too late to start today. Yan Ho watches the sun setting. He looks out the window. He spins around with his blanket and lies down again. What a shame. Today was the day I was supposed to start laying the groundwork to become the best. Oh well, I'll just take a quick nap and start training tomorrow. Someone arrives at the location. We see an old man watching. Get up! Yep, I said, get up. You, why are you here? What time do you think it is? The person asking is Yi Jianghan, patriarch of the Guangdong clan, the righteous, courteous swordsman. I saw the sun. And you're still not out of bed, the boy replies. It's because the sun is still going to set. Do you have any idea how long you've been cooped up in this room? 2 days, maybe 3? No, I think it was 2. It's been 4 days, you useless brat. You've spent the last 4 days rolling around in bed with that wretched blanket. Doesn't your back hurt from lying down for so long? Even a bear would want to get up and stretch after about 3 days. That's why I always get up for a little bit now and then. You don't need to worry about me. The man gets angry. Actually, I tried to train. And whenever I opened my eyes, the sun was already about to set. And when the sun sets, everyone has to sleep. That way you can wake up early the next day to train. You wretched brat! Today, I'm going to fix that personality of yours once and for all. Today, in the great Wei family of Guangdong, the sun was already setting. After that, we see the patriarch in his office. Do you want to talk about the second young master again? Asks Zhou Bang, administrator of the Guangdong Wei clan. Who else would I worry about? Hearing this, the administrator says, rest easy, sir. He will mature soon. It's all my fault. Wei Jianghan left on a martial dual pilgrimage in the same year as Wei Jianghu's second birthday. We see the family. The matriarch of the Guangdong Wei clan, Han Sangya. At that moment, she was pregnant with Wei Suhyun. Hiding behind her legs, we see Yan Ho. Beside him, Wei Sangho. Back then, he thought the journey would last 2 years at most. However, he ended up getting involved in many incidents. And he only managed to return home 8 years later, despite having received the honorary title of righteous, courteous swordsman. What he had lost was much greater. When he returned home, his gentle wife had become fiercer than a tiger. And his beloved son, whom he didn't think would be a problem, had become a true slacker. We see the exhausted patriarch. Don't worry, there must still be a way. What way? He questions. Have you forgotten? He'll be back soon, the patriarch asks. Hey? But then he understands. Yes, yes, the administrator says. Yes, after 3 years he's finally coming back from the academy. Yes, we is Hanro, you brat. There's one person, Yeon, who is very afraid of, huh? What's this chill? Yan Ho, look behind you. And that person is Sanho. We see the eldest son of the Guangdongwai clan. Why Sanho, brother? How long have you been sleeping? His brother asks. When did you get here? I asked first. Well, his brother glares at him with a sharp look. No, it's not what you think. I trained this morning. I trained really hard. I just took a nap because I was tired. Seriously. Answering this, he thinks, darn it, when did he get back? You trained? Yes, he replies fearfully. His brother points to a candle and says, then use a technique to split that candle in two. Let's see how much you've improved in the last 3 years. The boy stands up and prepares, sword in hand. What are you doing? Go on. Well, it's just that we're inside the room and it could be a bit dangerous. Let me worry about that. Just show me what you're capable of, all right? And here I go, giving it my worst, he thinks. The boy starts walking, swinging his sword, and prepares to execute a strike. He stops at a good distance from the candle. He lunges forward. He moves across the room, making movements with his spear, and his brother is impressed. Ascending dragon, he uses the technique, passing by the candle. After performing the attack, he looks back and stares at the still intact candle. I missed. 3 years have passed. More than enough time to master a sword technique and move on to the next level. But in fact, you've gotten even worse than you were 3 years ago. At nightfall, we see the family gathered and having dinner. I'm going to get a stomachache, I'm sure of it, he thinks. How has life been at the martial academy? The patriarch questions and the young man replies, peaceful. Did you have any difficulties? If there were no difficulties, it wouldn't be training. I believe difficulties are essential for overcoming our own limits. You suffered a lot in my absence, didn't you? It was you who suffered the most, being away for so long, father. The patriarch asks again, but then are there any other problems? The young man places his chopsticks on the table and says, yes, I have one. What? What problem? It's about Yan Ho. Everyone is startled to hear this. Yan Ho? Asks the mother. The boy also thinks, what about me? His brother continues to speak. We need to take Yeon Ho to my martial academy. Hearing this, Yeon Ho is shocked. That is, even Master Muzan and Powen Doji Wookie grind their teeth just hearing Yeon Ho's name. It was at that moment that we see him holding a sword. The great story was born. At that time, no one imagined that this lazy kid would one day make the whole world tremble. We see him say, hey, Sanho, let's take a rest here before we continue. And so Yan Ho was more or less forced to go to the martial academy. His family was a bit down. We see Yeon Ho's younger sister, Wisu Hyun, crying and asking him not to go. Come back, boy. Take care. But they didn't try to stop him. Don't cry, I'll be back. His father laughs, his sister says goodbye, and his mother tells his father to stop laughing. We see his brother leading the way. The journey was peaceful. Well, at least for Aizen. Ho, we see Yuan Ho lying on the horse. Are we there yet? We have 10 more days to go. What? 10? We would get there in 5 if you knew how to ride a horse. Yan. I already told you. I've never ridden one. His brother replies. I wasn't blaming you. Yes, you were. I was just answering your question, his brother replies. Let's rest. Do you know how rough this hill is? I'm so tired. I feel like my back and my butt are going to explode. Look over there, they're resting too. He points to what look like men lying under a leafless tree. His brother notices something suspicious. He dismounts and Yeon Ho questions, what? Where are you going? His brother stops in front of the men. What are you doing? We're too late, he says. They're gone. What? What? Look at this. He removes one of the men's shirts and a symbol appears on his chest. The veins on the fallen man's body are completely black. This is a technique called the indulgent flower palm. Indulgent flower palm? Indulgence of flowers? Yeon Ho questions. His brother then explains, it used to be called the crimson flower palm, but because of a pervert named Seo Joaki, who went around committing wicked acts using this technique, it became the indulgent flower palm. Wait, a pervert? Are you saying he's around here? He preys on women who are climbing the mountains. These bodies mean that Seo Joke ambushed them while trying to get the women. In other words, there's a woman in danger around here. I'll be right back. Stay here. Sanho sets off on the hunt. Are you telling me to stay here with these bodies? He calls for his brother, but Sanho just leaves in search of the criminal. The boy stands still. He looks to the side. He stares at the horses and the bodies and comes to a conclusion. I'm screwed! We see dark clouds. The weather began to turn. Liar! Why is he taking so long? He should have taken me with him. Did something happen? There's no way he's this late unless… He stands still for a moment and then says, I need to do something. I'll become tiger food if I stay here. A lightning bolt strikes near him and he gets scared. The rain begins. The boy, looking up, reaches another conclusion. Yep, I'm really screwed. How did I end up like this? We see him pushing the horse with a body on top. Darn it, I can't just leave them behind since they could become tiger food, and I can't bury them either because it's raining. I need to find shelter. The horse seems annoyed by the boy pushing it. Why won't you listen to me? And so he gets kicked by the horse. He's thrown into the air and starts to fall from the spot. He heads towards a bush, and finally, his fall comes to an end. We see the boy lying on the ground. Ow, my back, you darn horse. What? A cave? Yes, I found shelter from the rain. The horses arrive at the same place he is. You guys, we see him tying a rope to a rock. What a mess. This is why I prefer staying at home. I left a mark at the entrance of the cave. I hope my brother finds me. In the meantime, I don't know. I'm just going to sleep. And so, he lies down on the floor. I hope nothing happened to my brother. No, he's strong. I'm sure he'll… Yun, who ends up falling asleep and the horses get loose. A day passes and he continues to sleep. We see the night arrive again and he is still sleeping. As he sleeps, a glow begins to appear. We see an energy around his body. Ho is lifted into the air and begins to be guided by this energy. He passes through the inside of the cave, and at a certain point, he passes through the wall. After sleeping for a long time, he finally wakes up. As he opens his eyes, he is faced with a kind of mist in front of him. Huh? Where am I? The ceiling looks different. It looks like the cave I was in. Did I go deeper? Did I roll all the way to the back? Destined human. Hearing the voice, he is startled. The shock throws him backward and he hits his back. Confused, he stares at something. Welcome to the destined place, successor of my radiant sword. The source of the voice is an orb of energy. Are you talking about this shiny thing? Yes, I have transcended all the limitations of my physical body. I am speaking to you across space and time. Accept my legacy and rule the world. Startled Yeon Ho shouts, a ghost! Do not be afraid. I am already gone. Only my legacy remains here. I prepared this for someone who would arrive here after me, so accept my legacy without asking questions. The boy starts to think, wait, this situation seems familiar. A cave with no human presence. The legacy of an old geezer. This is a chance of a lifetime? The heavens are repaying my kindness. I don't even need to go to the martial arts training hall anymore if I get strong here. We have no time. Inherit my sword and fix the morals of the world. The boy agrees readily. You got it. I will teach you my radiant sword. Train without stopping. You must be talented enough if you have my blood. If you train hard for 30 years, you should be able to replicate my techniques in some way. What? 30 years? Yes, just 30 years, the boy interrupts him. Wait, I don't think this destiny is for me. Look for the next one. The orb remains still. And the voice questions, startled, what? This. I'd rather pass on this than stay here for 30 years. We see the beggar again, but that encounter was how the loser, Yeon Ho, became so strong. We see him again refusing the proposal. Yeah, I don't think it's my destiny. Find someone else. So goodbye. The boy starts to run. Wait a second. We finally see the image of an old man, Beek Mohan. The boy stops. I knew it. You were a fraud. Fraud. How dare you call me that? The boy says. You pretended to be one thing and when you saw it didn't work, you showed up. I wasn't pretending. I am, in fact, a spirit who has left his body. A spirit who has left his body? Yeon, who throws a punch at the old man? His hand passes through him. And then he passes through him, falling to the ground. What are you doing? Are you really a ghost? The old man denies it. No. Ghost? This is the art of soul emission, something that only martial artists of a very high level can use. The boy says again. Well, we call them ghosts. I already said I'm not. We return to the place where the story is being told. That's how Yeon Ho met his master. Art of soul emission? Does that really exist? It's a technique that only the highest level martial artists can achieve. So, which martial artist can use it? Do you know the Sword Emperor? Of course, he's the strongest person in history, the strongest of the Baek of 1,000 Swords clan, and the master who will be remembered in the history of martial arts. Yes, I'm talking about Baek Moran, the Radiant Sword. The man who was later called the Sword Emperor is the master of the Radiant Martial Sovereign. Really? But didn't he pass away 300 years ago? That's right, he's from a forgotten generation. Anyway, it's true that he made Yeon Ho who he is. The boy is surprised. How incredible. So the Radiant Martial Sovereign, who knew this, must have asked to become his disciple immediately, right? Yeon, no, it was the other way around. The Sword Emperor, discovering that none of his descendants had come looking for him after 300 years, needed a disciple at any cost. We see the old man shouting, "You must become my disciple! Why are you making such a scene? I'm not even from the Baek clan. I really can't learn from you. I'm leaving. You think I'll let you go so easily?" A huge boulder blocks the path. What? What do you think? It's a super thick stone gate. With your skills, you'll never be able to move or break it. But if you learn my martial arts, you'll be able to cut it as if it were a piece of paper or a leaf. Well, there's nothing I can do. I already told you, you can't cut this stone gate with your skills. We see Yeon Ho hitting his sword against the stone. What are you doing? The old man asks, and the boy says, "Can't you see? I'm digging a hole." No matter how hard it is, if it's a stone, it means it will slowly break if you hit it with metal. I'll be able to get out in about 1 or 2 years. You're going to do that for 1 or 2 years? That's funny coming from the person who said they'd train me for 30 years. Hearing this, the old man thinks, this kid is nuts. I can't even beat him up. And so, he pleads again. Just try to learn. I won't disappoint you. Yeon, who says, I don't like you. The old man continues, I'll let you out after 20 years. 20? No way. That's too long. I'd consider it if you said 3 years. 3 years? This brat? He thinks this but says you want to learn my martial arts in 3 years? Even if Zhang Sanfeng came back to life, he couldn't do it. Well, then I guess that's that. The old man gets angry. 5 years. Give me 5 years and I will do everything I can to make you the strongest in the world in that time. Hearing this, Yeon Ho thinks, the strongest martial artist in the world in 5 years? Not to mention, I've never heard of a spirit as lively as him. Maybe the technique wasn't a lie. Maybe he's telling a bit of the truth. If so, then he really was the strongest master in the world. Alright, I'll become a master using this opportunity. 5 years go by fast. So he says, alright, I'll give it a try. Of course, Yeon Ho didn't know he was the Sword Emperor at the time, but the Sword Emperor wasn't so lucky since the person who found him at the end of his life was that guy. The boy is sleeping again. Wake up, you bum! I'm so tired. Don't you sleep? Oh right, you're gone. Well, I'm human and humans need to sleep. Didn't you know that? Peak Mohan cursed the heavens. Okay, I'm sorry. Now let's train. After all, the disciple he finally got at the end of his life was a slacker, training right after waking up. He slept all day and practiced the movements only once during training. At this rate, it will take 50, not 5 years. Hearing this, he questions, isn't there an easier way to learn? The old man says, this is the easy way. If he didn't talk back, it would at least be just annoying. This is why I need a talented master. But he made him explode with everything he said. I'm sorry about that. If he had a body, he would have suffered from key deviation and passed out from anger. Wanting a world successor, wanting to pass on my martial arts, left my spirit in this state, making me go through this terrible situation. If I had a body, I would have beaten him until he learned. But master, how did you do that? Yeon? Who asks, and the old man questions, do what? You threw that rock. Can't you use that power to manipulate my body to teach me martial arts? I just pulled the rope of a device I prepared beforehand. The boy questions, how? You don't have a body, the old man says. I don't need a body. I just used psychic levitation, causing the key to pull the rope. As he says this, he seems to realize something. Why didn't I think of that before? Watching the old man laugh, Yo says, what is this? What's gotten into you, old man? Have you gone crazy? I was too fixated on not having a body. Or there are incomplete parts because I've been maintaining this spirit for 300 years. Anyway, thanks to you, I learned something good. What are you talking about, old-timer? As he asks this, something flies past him. Next to Yan, whose head we see a stone embedded in the wall. Thanks to you, I realized that even without a body, I can control stones whenever I want. Old-timer, Yan, Ho is cornered, and the old man continues, and if I can control stones, I can do things like this. Understanding the situation, Yan, Ho starts to shout, "Wait! Old-timer, I mean master! Master, let's talk!" The stones begin to fly in his direction. We see the outside of the cave. After that day, Baek Muhan and Wyan, whose training continued day and night, he learned swordsmanship without rest during the day, and they debated during the night. Whenever young Ho slept, he trained using the mystical arts of the unrivaled dream that Baek Muhan taught him. To live became the sword. The stones are thrown towards the boy. Life became the sword. We see his blade cutting the stones. Wee Yun-ho had no time to be lazy, and so 5 years passed. And when he returned, we see the stone that blocked the path being lifted. In sequence, the impact of it closing. The young man, outside the cave, breathes the fresh air. He shook the world. "I'm finally out," says Yan Ho from outside. We see a day before, young Ho. "Still sleeping," he says. "Just 5 more minutes, young Ho." "My goodness," I said, 5 more minutes. "Don't you trust me?" Upon waking up, he stops talking. "Come here, child." "What is it now?" I dedicated my entire life to martial arts. My only wish was to reach the supreme peak. So I never cared for anything else, chasing martial arts alone. I became a grumpy old man who was eventually discarded by his own clan. Hearing the story, Yan Ho thinks, "What's gotten into him today? He's different." Thinking about it, it's been a long time since they last came to look for me. I abandoned my children and family at the altar of martial arts. I believed that if I reached the peak, eventually everything would follow me. We see him stretching out his hand. But I was wrong. After all, martial arts are practiced by a single individual. If you deny your humanity and pursue nothing but the blade, what is the point of it? You were the one who taught me this. For the first time, I tried to teach someone. I lost my mind and got angry. But seeing you grow, little by little, I felt happy. I knew happiness. And I finally understood what it is to care for someone. Why are you saying this now? And why are you talking as if we'll never see each other again? Yes, the time has come. What are you talking about? You think I'm going to fall for that? You told me to train for 30 years. Only 5 have passed. There are still 25 years left. You are right. Yan Ho then asks, "So what is this?" "The inner core I gave you so you could survive without needing food. Maintaining it was harder than it looked. Now my power is gone. It's time for us to part." "Why? Why didn't you say anything?" "If you had, I would have gone out, gotten my food, and come back to train." The beggar comments if he had left, he wouldn't have come back. The old man says, Yes, I understand your heart. Regardless, the time we spent together brought me much happiness. I hoped I could see more of your enlightenments, but this is enough." The old man looks at the boy and thinks, "In my eyes, I can already clearly see you walking all over the world. Look at the world and understand it. If you do that, the rest will come naturally. But before you look at the world, look at the people. I was so focused on the climb that I never looked down. Don't make the same mistake I did. If I never see you again, even if no one remembers me in this world, with every movement of your hands, with every strike of your sword, you will carry me with you. So it's okay, even if you're not amazing, even if you're never revered. Master, don't go like this. There's still so much I haven't learned. No, even if I don't learn anything, just stay one more day. Please stay just one more day. Just be happy." The old man disappears from the spot. "Master, you should have told me sooner." After the emotion, we see him angry. "So that's why you didn't say anything before disappearing? When did he have time to write this? You wretched old man. If you're going to leave, you should have just left peacefully." "What the heck is this?" Before Baek Muhan disappeared, he left a written message on Wyan Ho's robe. In short, it's something like this. The martial arts that Wyan Ho learned in an accelerated manner over 5 years are still incomplete. Knowing that Wyan Ho would stop training as soon as he disappeared, Baek Muhan placed a certain mechanism in his body. Located around the inner core that Baek Muhan made him ingest, it caused Yan Ho's martial abilities to improve automatically. Technically, he'll get stronger without lifting a finger, but it's not that simple. If the experiences and techniques he learns fall behind the growth rate of the core, then the core will drain all his internal energy until he passes. In short, slack off and you're done for, you old son of a gun. I can't believe you did this to me. So go walk the earth, see the world. As soon as you see it, you will feel something. And when you start to feel something, then you will gain something. Don't rot in a small corner of the world. Think big, live well. Upon finishing the message with a slightly melancholic tone, he says, "You darn master. With that in mind, the first place you should go is urine. Look for the great sage of the realms and spend some time with him." He reacts. What? Wait a minute. The message continues. You will surely find something and after urine. Annoyed, Yan Ho reacts. You're a real piece of work. How many places do you want me to go? We see him stretching. I was going to go straight home. I'll sort everything out and then come back. So don't worry, Mom and Dad. The young man stops for a moment. Hein must be okay, right? Suddenly, he kneels in front of the cave. I'm not coming back, so don't wait for me. All you did was play with me. And where the heck is urine? We see the cave. And suddenly, the old man appears at the entrance. He laughs wildly. Child, you think you won't dry up like a mummy if you don't learn about the world? What kind of martial arts exist in the world? I can't let you perish in the middle of nowhere. Not to mention, the world is too big for that. And your martial arts would be wasted, you brat. Thanks to you, I was happy. Be happy, Yan. He notices something. Where is that flower smell coming from? And then, time passed. We see Kai Feng. At the city entrance, we see tattered clothes, a bare foot, and a worn-out Yan. Excuse me, is this the beggar's sect? He asks, stopping in front of a man. Who is this mummy? Thinking this, the man questions pardon. This is the branch chief, Zhang Yu. I came because I have some questions. Zhang Yu questions? Do you have money? Did I need to pay? Yan Ho asks, confused. Of course, nothing in the world is free. Zhang Yu stares at him and thinks the voice sounds like a young adult, but he looks like he's 50. What a mess. I've seen many beggars, but this one is the worst. He doesn't even look human. Thinking this, he says, it seems we work in the same line of business. I'd like to help you for free, but business is business. Yan Ho then questions, same business. Yes, we're beggars. What do you mean I'm a beggar? Zhang Yu says. You just are, man. Anyway, no money, no information. Scram, go beg for money or something else. Yan Ho says, I'm not a beggar? Why would I beg? It's not just beggars who beg. As soon as you beg, you'll become a beggar. With that face of yours, you just need a basket and you'll be raking it in. Such wasted potential. Suddenly, Zhang Yu stops talking. Are you going to do it? Want a job? Yan Ho asks, what job? And so, we see him staring at coins. The two are inside a room. Zhang Yu smiles. 12 hours after meeting him and he's already given me more money than Whitey. The god of wealth has arrived. The god of wealth is here. Outside, hearing the shouts, the others are confused. What's going on? Anyway, what did you want to know? A list of renowned great scholars, where they live, what they like, and what they're good at. Zhang Yu says, that's easy. And also a list of famous blacksmiths with the same information. And also what? More? A promise is a promise. I'll do it. Come back in 7 days and 7 nights. But why are you lying down? Yan Ho replies, I don't have a home. I don't have a job either. So I'll just stay here. You're going to stay here. Nothing's going to stop him, I guess. Later, Zhang Yu regretted accepting this. Branch leader emergency? Zhang Yu questions, what is it? What could be an emergency for beggars? We, the beggars sect, are going to starve. The young man doesn't understand. We see a commotion happening. Who are these people pretending to be beggars? Please, come quickly. It's this way. Zhang Yu asks, what is it now? When he sees the scene, he thinks, what the heck? Brats, if you're going to beg, at least do it right, a man says, pointing in a direction. We see Yan, who's sitting and a shower of coins falling in front of him. People comment, I've never seen someone so down on their luck in my life. Poor guy, eat something, you fool. Zhang Yu is astonished. Making money is so easy, says Yan Ho. Yan, who became the world's greatest beggar. So thirsty. Bring water? This bowl is dirty. Zhang Yu, hearing this, hits the young man who brought the water. Bring it in another bowl, you stupid beggar. It's also warm. The beggar complains again. Bring cold water from the darn mountains. How many times do I have to tell you? Ah, that's good. We see Yan Ho lying down. Crap, I'm a branch leader of the beggars sect, but I have to serve this darn beggar. If I kick him out, my men will starve. When is the darn information he asked for going to arrive? Yan, Ho says my back is killing me. Zhang Yu starts giving him a massage. We're all going to perish at this rate. Leader, the information has arrived. Finally. The young man starts to read the paper. Is that it? You want to sell just this? Zhang Yu confused. Questions, what are you talking about? Give it to me. He takes the paper, starts reading, and thinks, are these scoundrels trying to get us killed? There's only half of what we asked for. Heck, I need to do something. Yan, Ho questions, is it because I didn't pay you enough? We see him dragging Yan, Ho through the place. We can't let you keep begging on the streets. Come here. I'll get you the information. How rare to see you here, you fox dog. The one who says this is Gi Nang Nang, from the Hao sect, branch leader of Kai Feng. Greetings, branch leader guy. What, fox dog? Is that your title? A bitch? Are you a call girl? Zhang Yu gets irritated. I need information. While he says this, Yan, Ho keeps calling her a call girl repeatedly. What a surprise! The branch leader of the Kaifeng beggars sect came to the Hao sect to ask for information? I'm sure you know we're rivals. What brings you here? I'm not asking for information for the beggars sect. I brought you a client, Yan.
Oh, continues call girl. Call girl?
Are you kidding me? It's not the beggars sect that's asking, but this beggar who is the client. Are you insulting us? Or is this some kind of provocation? We have no information to sell to the beggars sect. Yan, Ho speaks up. I'm not from the beggars sect. I'll have no choice if you continue to insult us like this. Please know that we have our pride. The Hao sect is an information organization, but you don't even know if I am from the beggars sect. You make a living selling information, but you don't know this. It seems your information is false. Hearing this, Gi Nang Nang gets angry. Gong Mu. As soon as she says this name, a mist spreads through the place and a voice says, Ma'am, she asks, who is he? We don't know him, but he's not from the beggars sect. Seeing that she was wrong, she gets angry. See, you can sell me information, right? No, I don't want to leave. Yon, Ho sighs. I don't have a business mind. I'm willing to pay, but you still refuse. I guess it won't be long before the Hao sect is finished. Watch your mouth unless you want your limbs cut off. Hearing this, he replies, well, I'm not wrong, am I? Hag! She grips her face and neck after hearing what she was called. Hag! Are you insulting us? Gong Mu, teach him a lesson. Yes, ma'am. The assassin appears from somewhere and leaps towards Yan. Ho! Zhang Yu tries to jump in to stop it. But Yan? Ho covers his mouth and says, get out of the way! He pushes the beggar aside and lands a punch on the top of the assassin's head, who falls to the ground. The branch leader and the beggar are stunned by what just happened. They watch Yan, Ho standing still. Are you a martial master? The young man apologizes. My bad. It's just my instinct to counter. Attack when someone tries to hit me. I would have hit softer if you'd said you were going to attack. Zhang Yu starts to think. I thought he might have learned some martial arts, but I didn't expect him to be this strong. He's practically a monster. It's all that old man's fault, said Yan. Ho! The branch leader now changes her approach. I didn't realize you were such an important client. The confused young man questions, what are you talking about? You've been talking to me the whole time. And finally, it doesn't seem like you're here with good intentions. Seeing branch leader guy's gaze directed at him, Zhang Yi asks her, what? You won't believe me, but I'm really not here to fight. I just needed some information that the beggars sect couldn't get. So we came here to ask for help. Is that why you brought him? The beggar confirms. You know this is like bringing a tiger into a rabbit's den and asking for just a little fur, right? Zhang Yu reinforces. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. All right, I'll believe you. Thank you. But giving you information is another thing. The fact is your client hurt one of my men. We'll need to compensate for that. Compensate, asks Yeon. Ho. There's a simple rule in the unorthodox world. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, 4 shadows. As soon as she says this, we see 4 men approaching. Everyone makes a cool entrance here. I don't know what your purpose here is, but since you hurt one of ours, you won't leave here unscathed. Man, it's so hard to understand. I already told you it was an accident. I only hit him because he tried to hit me first. This darn skeleton, she thinks. The rules of the unorthodox Murim are simple. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Sounds like something a loan shark would say, Zhang Yu says. Hey, I already told you to stop. We're just going to take a little bit of flesh from your face and that'll be it. Sorry, but there's no fat on my face. I haven't been eating very well these days. She gets angry again and gives the order. Get him. The assassins all charge at once. Weren't you just going to take a little piece of my skin? Now, you want to take me out? The interest rates are so high, it's scary. We see a sword flying, one of the assassins being hit, the others flying past him, and another one making a face from the blow he received. Yeon, who barely breaks a sweat to defeat them. The branch leader is astonished by what just happened. With the men still in the air, Yeon-ho says, "Don't move. I don't want to end up taking someone out." From his body, we see an energy emanating. The beggar remains frightened. Branch leader guy thinks, "What is this energy? My master told me if you can attack twice, you can attack 3 or 4 times. Don't regret it. I don't like him, but what he said is right. I messed with the wrong person. He's not someone you can mess with. I have to pull myself together. If I make one wrong move, the Kaifeng branch of the Heo clan could disappear today." Thinking this, she questions, "What do you want?" "Information," Yeon-ho replies, annoyed. "What kind of information?" "The ones in the document. Please fill in the blank spaces." She takes the paper and thinks, "What is this? You couldn't solve it, so you brought a monster like this to the Heo clan? It won't be difficult, but I need a little time to gather the information. Could you wait?" Yeon-ho confirms. "Then please give me 1 day." "And Kaifeng branch leader, could you follow me for a moment?" We see Yeon-ho laughing at something. "Your face looks like a butt. Did you get beat up?" Jang-gyu, all swollen, says, "Shut up. You're not even from the beggars sect and you got beat up by the Heo clan. That woman is from the Heo clan. She's the branch leader of the Heo clan. She's the next leader, the next one. She grew up eating secret herbs and chewing on iron pills like they were candy. How could I do anything?" The woman appears behind them. "I got the information you wanted. But we also have a condition." Yeon-ho asks, "What?" "Information fee," Jang-gyu whispers to him. The young man asks for the price. 5 niang. Hearing this, he extends his hand and gives her coins. "It's not much. Take it." Jang-gyu says it's silver niang, silver. Yeon-ho is confused. "What? How can information be so expensive?" "Since confidential information is also included, the price is a bit higher," the leader says. Yeon-ho replies, "Well, then there's nothing I can do." The beggar, noticing him getting up, asks, "Where are you going?" He replies, "Where else? I'm broke, so I need to make some money." "No, wait, you scoundrel. Do you know why I brought you here?" Yeon-ho, dragging him, replies, "What is it? What do you want me to do?" "Just wait." Using all the money Yeon-ho had earned before and even using Zhang Yu's saved money and agreeing to pay the rest later, they managed to get 5 silver niang. "What a pain in the chest," thinks Jang-gyu. "Hey, are you crying?" "Hey, you scoundrel. I even used my own money, and this is all we got." Yeon-ho replies, "Well said. The quality of information from professionals is on another level. This group is clearly on a different level. I would also like to send a letter to Guangdong. Is it expensive?" "It's more expensive than a normal delivery, but you can pay by answering a few questions." "May I ask your name?" "It's Yeon-ho. How old are you?" "I just turned 17. The beggar is shocked. "What? You're younger than me?" 17? There's no way someone that age could have that kind of aura. Yeon-ho. Thinking, she finally understands. "Guangdong Wei Yeon-ho, could it be that you are Wei Yeon-ho, the second son of the noble Wei family?" He asks. "What? You know me?" "Of course I know you. The Ui family of Guangdong asked for our help to find their young master." The beggar also questions, "Ui is Hanro, second son of the Ui family of Guangdong. Are you Sanho's brother?" "What? You know my brother?" Jang-gyu says. "Of course, he's my friend." "Will the letter be sent to the Y family of Guangdong?" "It will take at least 10 days. "That's fine. I've already waited for 5 years. 10 days are nothing." The beggar complains on the side. "This brat, how can you talk like that until now? Take this. It's a symbol that you are a VIP client of the Hyo clan. Just tie it wherever you are, and one of our agents will come to meet you." He questions, "And the fee?" She says, "It's all right." And then she starts to think, the man who at 17 can beat both civil and military officials. There's no one at that level in the Orthodox factions currently. Having a connection like this isn't a bad thing. Yeon-ho says, "What a waste," she replies. "Well then next time the information fee is on us." "Really?" he asks. "We're making a special exception for you." We wouldn't want what happened here to damage the relationship between the Heo clan and you. Nothing major happened, so it's cool. The beggar beside him continues to complain. I spent all my money and now my pockets are empty and I have panda eyes. Yon Ho, laughing, says, well, that's how things are, Jane. The two finally leave the branch. Oh man, my money. Money is something you can have and not have, or not have and still have. A beggar shouldn't be greedy for money, you're straying from your role. I can't even hit this son of a gun. Anyway, I got all the information, right? So you're not going to stay in Kaifeng anymore, right? Wait, there's a slight problem, Zhang Yu asks, annoyed. What is it now? I don't have any money. Zhang Yu is about to explode. Go to heck. Branch leader Gi watches from above. Gongme? Yes, ma'am. Send this immediately to the main clan. The second son of the Guangdong Wei family who was missing has returned as a master of martial arts. We see Songlin, the great Hanlin Academy. A man is sitting, observing the landscape. Great, this is one of the three great masters, Manhwa. A girl appears behind him and calls him, Father. There's a guest who wants to meet you. His daughter's name is Moon Yunji. I thought I had nothing scheduled for today, she replies. He said he wanted to play Go with you. Play Go? We see his eyes shining with the possibility. I brought the guest. He looks like Yan Ho, still looking like a beggar. Is my sudden visit an inconvenience? Not at all. Why would it be? A guest who seeks us out is someone attracted by the elegance of a scholar. You said you wanted to play Go with me? He says it's the only thing I know how to do. All right, let's have a match. I'll take white. You can start. All right, let's do this. Yan Ho picks up a piece and the man analyzes it. I don't expect him to be skilled. It seems he just came looking for some food. I'll give him a decent match and help him out later. While he was thinking this, Yan Ho places his piece on the board with great force. The master is startled. He's not a beginner. All right then. As the game progresses, the master thinks. So he's someone who likes to play fast. Isn't his energy control advanced for his age? The two continue the match. The master looks exhausted and starts to sweat. His hand is even trembling. What is this? It's beyond the level of playing fast. Yon Ho questions with a mocking smile. Aren't you going to move? The master thinks. Is he a demon of war? We see the pieces on the board. Incredible. His playing style is like agitated waves. He's like someone crazy for battle, attacking fiercely even when a fight isn't necessary. If he sees even a small opening, he attacks like a thirsty demon and devours the enemy. He is a demon of war. It was a great game. Your way of playing is unique. You, Yan Ho replies. Thank you. It's because of everything my master put me through. Curious, the man asks. You had a master? If you lose, your training will be 10 times more intense. If I lose, I'll let you rest for 3 days. Remembering this, he says, yes, a very stubborn old man. If it's not too much to ask, I'd like to stay here for a bit. My master told me to. Stay in Rulin for a while. You are following his teachings. All right, I will help you. I will prepare a room for you. Please stay as long as you wish. Prepare a room and clothes for him. Take him for a bath too, his daughter confirms, and Yeon Ho says, so I'm broke and have no money. I don't expect a guest like you to pay me. If you hadn't asked to stay here, I would have been the one to ask. In return, please play Go with me or another guest when you can. I will do that. See you later, the girl calls him. Come with me. We see him finally taking a bath. When I was younger, I hated taking baths. Maybe it's because the water is nice. My skin seems to be getting cleaner. I think I'm going to cry with how good this is. It's all that darn old man's fault. Outside, we see the girl standing still. I really can't understand it. Why did father accept a guest like him? We see his foot on the ground. And Yeon Ho leaving the bath, passing by the girl. She screams and he asks, What? I thought you were a ghost. Please cover yourself. Well, he takes the clothes. And she stares at him. Yeon Ho covers himself. Is this okay? Who are you? A few days later, the girl talks to her father. Father, please say something to him. Who? Her father questions. The new guy. He doesn't leave his room for a second. If he's not eating, he's sleeping. And that's all he does. The man looks at his daughter and then says, I forgot to ask his name. The girl continues to speak. You said that laziness is a sin. You said that a person should always keep themselves busy. So why don't you say anything about him being lazy? He may be a guest, but he's ruining the atmosphere. Unji, I like Go. You can learn a lot about your opponent while playing. You can hide your expressions and your words, but you can't hide yourself while playing Go. An impatient person can't play with patience, and those who are patient can't learn to enjoy a battle. You can learn how someone has lived with their personality. When you play with them, his playing style was fast and fierce. I've never seen anyone play like him. He is undoubtedly not a lazy person. I assume he has lived a very hard life. If the sun shines brightly, the shadows it casts will be equally dark. If he is being lazy, I'm sure it means that his life so far has been very difficult. A person should not chase a bird that has come to seek shelter from the rain. You should not ask the bird why it doesn't fly through the rain. So let him rest. All right. That's what I said. She finds him sleeping on the floor and the room completely messy. Father was deceived. There's no way this bum is like father said. I'm going to get him kicked out of here. Get up! Get up! Why? Get up! The sun is already up. Really? Then let me know when it sets. What the heck is wrong with you? Everyone here is studying. Why do you do nothing but sleep for a whole week? They're studying because they want to study. I'm sleeping because I want to sleep. What's the problem with that? Shut up, I can't stand to see you just rolling around without even taking a bath. Why do you think I have to wash your blankets? You should at least do something to pay for the food you eat. I guess you don't know, but we don't have much money. We can feed the scholars, but we don't have enough food for someone who just sleeps. But your father said, she interrupts him. I'm the one in charge of the money. Yoonji glares at him. What do you want me to do? Do the laundry? All this. It's not even that much. As soon as she says this, he questions, will this cover the food? She confirms, and he says, do you think you're putting gold in my rice? Good luck. Make sure to get everything clean. I'll make you wash it again if it's not clean. So do a good job. The girl thinks, he got what he deserved, he won't be able to clean it all today. 2 hours later, we see her impressed. All the clothes are completely clean. How did he do it? Were they always this white? How did he do that? No, I can't let him be lazy again. I'm going after him. We see the two of them standing in front of logs. All this, she says, I'll give you a week. You can do it, right? I bet he'll run away after the first day. Next, we see her watching him after he has chopped all the firewood. What the heck is this? Wasn't this supposed to take 10 people 10 days to do? In the following days, we see him completing various jobs quickly and with frightening efficiency. This includes washing dishes and gardening. How is he so good? The girl thinks, annoyed. And so Wheon, whose life in Hulim began, but it was a mistake to have let him in. He should never have let him into his house. Why? Because that guy brings disaster wherever he goes. It may not be intentional, but wherever he goes, trouble follows. It was the same in Hulim. A hall of scholars that was quiet and peaceful was swallowed by chaos as soon as Yeonhu arrived. What happened? It all started when Go! Yeon, Ho sighs like me. I thought it would only be sometimes. We see several people standing in front of the place. They talk. Everyone must have received a letter. Well, he must be very good since it was the third great sage who sent the letters. I wonder how unique his playing style is. I came running because I was curious too. Bringing people to play with me is cheating, thinks the young man. A stone that remains static rots. A table set waiting for its master. If the time is right, please come to play Go. A Go master has appeared. Another opponent leaves defeated. Next, he says, we see a piece being placed on the board. A man watches the movie. What kind of move is that? It's practically suicide. Was it a mistake? No, that's impossible. If it were a normal person, it would be. But my opponent is the invincible genius of Hanlon. Yes, he must be planning something. It must be a trap. I'll avoid it. I'm sure he was thinking of something. Good thing I avoided it. The young man stares at him. Why? Why did you back off? Why? I did it to lose. If I don't lose, I'll be playing Go forever. Just attack already. I want to lose in 10 moves. Just take the bait. I lost. What the heck? We see the young man walking with his head down through the corridors. I kept making suicidal moves to lose, but my opponent just got scared. At this rate, I'll have to play with even more people. I'd rather do the laundry. My back. I already said I don't want to. Hearing this voice, he tries to see what's happening. A huge man is speaking. You really don't want to marry me. This is Noki Mokipong. The girl replies, no, I don't want to at all. You'll regret it, she replies again. I won't. You'd better think this through. I always get what I want. I never give up on something I desire. For now, I'm making an offer, but if you keep refusing, I won't stick to just offers. Are you sure it's okay for the Great Hanlin School to fall just because of you? Hearing this, she says, do what you want. The Great Hanlin won't fall easily. Of course, but I will make it fall. I'm sure you know that too. The girl gets angry. I hate that about you. You think everything will work out just as you please, he replies. It's not unlikely, she continues. No, I will never marry you. So yes, it's impossible. Goodbye. As she turned to leave, the man grabs her wrist. Let go of me. You'd better not make me angry. Do you think you can act so proud if I take you right here, right now? The girl gets scared. A voice says, that's no way to speak inside someone else's home. We see Yan, who's standing there. The girl yells, You? Are you done with the laundry and chopping the firewood? Yan, who replies, I was playing Go until now. What are you talking about? Looking at her wrist, he notices the bruise. Give me that for a second. We see the ribbon from her hair. Yan Ho ties his. After that, he looks at the man. Don't you think it's rude to listen in on others' conversations? Yan Ho says, sorry, I don't have good manners. That being said, don't you think you're one to talk? Should people who care about good manners act like that? You must be the genius of Hanlin. Thank you for recognizing me, but I have no idea who you are. I am. Before he can say it, Yan Ho interrupts him. Yeah, okay. I couldn't care less. The man gets angry. Genius of Hanlin, you should stick to playing Go instead of getting in my way. He replies, too bad. I'm great at getting in people's way, just like I am with you. You punk. We see several people approaching and arriving at the scene. Huh, who's that? Oh, you're here to play Go. Please play with me tomorrow. Oh, sure, replies Yan Ho. The man turns and says, I'm listening. But don't forget, if you don't come to my arms in 3 days, I'll do things my way. Yon, who watches him leave? Who was that? He asks the girl. A man named Noki Mokipung. He's the adopted son of the imperial palace attendant, so he has a lot of power. What was he talking about? He wants to marry me. I've told him many times I don't want to, but he keeps insisting. Yon. Ho questions, why not accept? He's from a good family and seems quite determined. Do you want to get smacked? He doesn't want to marry me because he likes me. He just wants to use me? You probably don't know, but my father has a good relationship with Rulim. People say he's perfect for being a politician too. The reason he lives like this despite all that isn't just because he has no interest in politics. Yon, Ho says, it must be because he likes Go, right? No, it's because of the eunuchs from the imperial palace who are very wary of my father, he questions. The eunuchs, but your father just owns a school. Why would they be wary of him? It's not just a school. The Great Hanlin School is different from all the others. We aren't affiliated with any other organization, so getting where we are was very difficult. But thanks to that, we were able to forge very strong bonds with other organizations. The reason the eunuchs are in power despite being corrupt and useless is because the forces of Hulim haven't unified to oust them. However, if my father managed to control these forces, the eunuchs would be in danger, he completes, asking. Exactly. That's why Noki Mokipung's father is so desperate to stop my father from entering politics. Recently, he found a way to not have to fear Hulim unifying and still get close to a powerful figure in Hulim. The way is the marriage between me and Noki Mokipung. We see the young man reporting something. Forgive me, father. Someone called the genius of Hanlin appeared, so it will be difficult to proceed with the plan. The genius of Hanlin? A good for nothing who just plays Go all day, questions Nokiji, the leader of the eunuchs. He is not the problem. It's the people who come from all over to play with him. There are too many spectators. My actions are being limited because of it. It would be very bad if I tried to do something in the midst of this chaos. I understand why you are hesitating. I'm sorry. However, do you think this mission is just for my own good? The young man faces his father. Leading the imperial palace is a mission given only to the chosen one. Failure is not an option for either of us. I fear disappointing you more than I fear my own end. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, I understand. Sometimes, violence is necessary. You use the crowd to your advantage. Get rid of them all, including the genius of Hanlin. We see a residence. In it, Li Wanjia, the emperor's sister and head of the royal inspection, says, still not interested in a position in the government. I'm sorry. Why can't you understand that you need to be at the center of the scale to stop Nokiji? Hey, you're one. Their movements have been suspicious for some time now. There's instability in the army as well as in the schools. Nokiji is getting into their heads. But, the man continues. I presume you want to ask why a man who can't have heirs would want to start a revolution, the other confirms. And what if I told you there's another master he's serving? The territory of political battle among the eunuchs is beyond our imagination. Even so, Nokiji managed to surpass everyone, even without any foundation. Isn't it strange? Those who crossed him lost their lives in accidents, and those who didn't suddenly perished from illnesses. It was as if someone was clearing the way for him. The other, hearing this, says, it must be just a coincidence. I was thinking the same thing until recently. After observing him, I thought that maybe someone is helping him from behind the scenes. That's why I need you. We need to unite against him. I'll think about it a little more. Anyway, what kind of person is this genius you've taken in? The man excitedly says he's incredible. I feel like he's hiding his true potential. I'm curious about him. When can I meet him? The man replies. Yunji must have gone to get him. Father, we're here. You've arrived, come in. We see a wet shoe. You called for me? As he appears, soaking wet in front of the two, they are surprised. I'm sorry about that. I called you too early, didn't I? Did you sleep well? He replies. Yes, very well. If only someone hadn't thrown cold water on me while I was sleeping. The man starts speaking. I see. Even so, I'm glad you slept well. I wanted to introduce you to someone. Let's just say I'm an old visitor. Jan, who says, it seems there's a big reason behind your visit. What would that be? The old man says. What else could it be? I want to play Go. That won't be possible. It won't be possible, questions the old man. No, but you played Go with everyone who passed by here. I'm not saying I won't play, I mean there's a specific order to things. There are people who arrived before you, so you must wait your turn. I can solve that. I'll ask the others to understand. That's not solving it, is it? That's just strong, arming them. The two men are stunned by what they hear. You seem to be a very wealthy person. I'm sure everyone would be forced to follow what you say, rather than agreeing or understanding what you want. I value promises and rules. The old man thinks he's firmer in his beliefs than I thought. This is going to be difficult. Then he says, can you do something about this? Jan, who says you just have to wait your turn. Father, I think I can solve this. You can? Yes. The girl thinks. Rules? Promises? As if he values those things? She puts her hand on his shoulder and says, if you play with him, I'll cancel it. All the other games you were supposed to play today. Hearing this, he questions, what? Seriously, it's tempting, but I have morals too, and even if you cancel tomorrow's games, don't try to bargain anymore if you want to rest today. There's no room for negotiation, make your choice. Let's begin, he says, sitting at the table. The old man looks at the other one. He's the worst, not a man of his word. I'd like to just leave, but it's better to see this through. Let's see what you're made of. We see the pieces on the board. Night has already fallen. Didn't you enjoy playing with him? The old man, before answering, observes the pieces. Such a violent and fast style. You wouldn't see moves like that, even if you were playing Go on a battlefield. What kind of life has he been living? However, that's not it. The laziness, the violence, that's not what I want. Thinking this, he replies, it was a waste of time. I don't understand why you value him so much. The other says it's because I saw it. Saw what? During one of the times I played against him, I made an incredible move. I think it was a great move. I thought the game was over, so I took my eyes off the board. What I saw was the face of a man who was completely focused and was in a trance. The two walk through the place. The other questions, are you sure you saw that? I am. The old man still seems to doubt. I don't plan on taking him anyway. Is that so? He continues. I wasted my time. Well, I got to see you, so it wasn't a total loss. I'll be leaving tomorrow morning. The host questions, are you that busy? I told you the atmosphere has been tense lately. What a shame. The night is so perfect. The preparations are complete. We see the eunuch getting ready. Finish up quickly. His men launch the attack. We see them leaping towards one of the guards. The guard looks back and notices, but before he can do anything, he is taken down. The door of the place opens, and we see the carnage that spreads through the location. Some of the men are already on their knees with their hands on their heads. This is why you should have listened while I was being nice. Get them all. Tonight, the great Hanlon School will become a prison where not even a mouse can escape. Today, I will teach that wretched girl a lesson. We see the leader of the place and his daughter, as well as other men, captured. What is the meaning of this? We received information that there have been suspicious activities at the Great Hanlon School. We heard that several people with authority have come to visit recently. The leader questions, how is that suspicious? For what reason would people with political power and martial skills gather here? There's only one possibility. Revolution. What? Revolution? We're just here to play Go. You expect me to believe that so many people are here just to play Go? It's true. I'm sure you've heard the rumors about the genius, the man says. Rumors? Yes, I've heard those rumors, but they are just rumors. Besides, where is he? One of his men questions. Who are you looking for? He says. The genius he's talking about. There's no one else in the building. Could he have fled? He must have left earlier. It would be impossible to escape after we got here. What a lucky little punk. Anyway, it's fine. You will be released if you are innocent. We will release you and apologize if we find no problem. I've found it. These are the signatures of the people planning the revolution. What? We never did anything like this? The proof is right in front of you. The man thinks he was planning to frame us from the beginning. There was nothing we could do. The rest start shouting. It wasn't us. I'm innocent. I didn't know. I didn't come here to participate in these activities. Noki Mokipung. What an interesting incident. You, Li Wangia. Call me chief of the royal inspection. The people, upon noticing him, begin to talk amongst themselves. Li Wangia, the chief of the royal inspection. Li Wangia, we're saved. He saw everything. He saw everything. He'll say we're all innocent. I wouldn't have done this if I knew you were here. I'm not one to hold a grudge. Release us. Before that, I want to ask a question. Li Wangia questions, which is, why did you plan this revolution? Did you really think I didn't know you were here? Li Wangia yells. You, what are you talking about? There's always a central figure in a revolution. I thought it wouldn't be just a scholar. It would make more sense if it were you, a member of the royal family. Your arrogance knows no bounds. How dare you frame me? Do you think you can avoid the consequences of your actions? I will not let you get away with this. It seems you don't understand. You won't be able to talk about this with His Majesty because you will never see him again. The punishment for a revolution is immediate execution. You will all meet your end here. We have obtained the revolutionaries' signatures. What will His Majesty think? It's quite obvious they were planning a revolution. You scoundrel. The heavens will not forgive you for this. Yeah, okay. Keep begging. By the way, there's someone who needs to go first. Moon Yoonji. I warned you I would do things my way. Because you rejected me, everyone will perish. Would you like to change your mind? She spits in his face. I'd rather perish than marry someone like you. He stares at her with a sadistic gaze. Don't worry, I won't end you. I will make you think that ending it all would be the best case scenario. Imagine the worst possible situation. I will give you pain 100 times worse than what you're imagining. Do you think I'll just let that happen? I'd rather take my own life than be humiliated by you. Is that so? If you do that, the one who will suffer your pain will be your father. If your father also meets his end, the others here will feel that pain. Don't think it will end there. All relatives of those who planned a revolution are put down. If you want to end this, then go ahead. The others will pay for your sins. Go on, end it. I wouldn't mind having more people to entertain myself with. Yoonji, shall we begin? The girl starts to think. Please, someone, help me? Suddenly, she opens her eyes. Her expression changes instantly. She finds Yan Ho running away. Trying to escape, he climbs onto the roof and prepares to jump. Yan Ho! Hearing his name, he looks back sheepishly. On the roof, he starts to laugh. She asks, what the heck are you doing? Can't you tell? I'm leaving. Are you kidding me? He replies. What? What's wrong with saying I'm doing what I'm doing? I guess you didn't like the way I said it. Should I say I'm making a strategic withdrawal? You should help us. Help you. It's hard enough for me to stay alive. You've learned martial arts. You can help. You're overestimating my abilities. The best choice in these situations is to act like you didn't see anything. I saw nothing at all. You can all continue what you were doing. What a son of a gun! Stop. Stop. You're already involved in the revolution. The whole world will be after you. There's no safe place for you, Yan Ho says. Well, you can't be sure about that. You fool. The world may be large, but there are eyes everywhere. It won't be hard to find you, he says. Sure. Then look for me. Getting me. Yes, sir. The man leaps towards Yan. Ho! Run! He faces the man and cracks a slight, subtle smile. You were telling me to help, but now you want me to run. What should I do? Suddenly, as the man tried to attack him, he appears behind him. The man wonders, an afterimage. Yan, who strikes the man on the back of the neck. Geez. The girl stares at him. You are a very strange woman. After the blow, the girl, the school students, and the eunuch are surprised by what they just saw. You're not so weak, Yan, who says. Thanks for the compliment. It wasn't meant to be a compliment, he says. Then I was just being polite. First shadow. How long will you let me be humiliated? Forgive me, I will eliminate him right now. Don't end him. The first shadow questions. Pardon? I will take care of him myself. We see the shadow walking towards Yun Ho. Wait! What? I need to use a sword. Can you wait a bit? I think I left it in my room. You lunatic, the shadow says. What? You seem pretty old. You won't even let a junior get his sword? Silence? The world wasn't this cruel 5 years ago. He looks at a broom on the ground. What are you doing? Well, I have to make do, since you won't let me go get my sword. Are you insulting me? Getting bent out of shape over this too? Then let me get my sword. I won't end you, but I'll make you wish you were gone. Even if you beg. Okay, I get it. Can you speed it up? I'm really sleepy. The man burns with rage. He lunges at Yan. Oh! With his sword in hand, he prepares for an attack. The blade goes towards Yan Ho's eyes, but the man is hit by the broom handle. We see him being thrown back and his sword flying away. What? He falls to the ground. The man's master. And the two leaders are surprised. Nothing better than a broom. 2. Take out the trash. After the blow, he awakens again. What? You should be grateful this is as far as I'll go. If you were fighting my master, you'd already be gone. Why would you run straight at the enemy? I'm explaining. Listen. He's fast, very fast. The man distances himself. I don't like to admit it, but it's true. He has the skill to back up his talk. However, it's not always the strong who win battles. I'll teach you that. Lethal serpent's soul chasing venom. Yan Ho notices poison. You're going to start playing dirty? Say whatever you want. That won't work on me. Are you immune to poison or something? Yan, who replies. No, I haven't cooked and eaten a whole ginseng root. I'm not immune. Well, let's just say. Before he finishes speaking, he appears in front of the man in the blink of an eye. The man is startled, and Yan Ho disarms him with his broom. After that, he prepares for another blow. The man looks at him in distress, and Yan Ho says, You're not thinking something like, I need to stop him, are you? We see the broom heading towards the man. He is hit in several different ways. We see his face bruised and gushing. The school's disciples are all impressed. The first shadow falls again in front of Yan Ho. The entire place falls silent, surprised by what just happened. That's why my master said, if you feel your enemy is preparing something big, don't wait, just hit him. I can't believe it. He defeated the first shadow so easily. My father spent 10 years training him to be the leader of the Black Void. I think it would be good for both sides if we stopped here. The man starts to clap. What are you doing? Incredible. Such impressive martial arts at this age. This is incredible. It's true. Why are you smiling? He asks the girl. He's praising me. Look at this. It's a shame the first shadow couldn't defeat you, however, if I think about it from a different perspective. It was worth it. After all, I found a talented martial artist like you. So, want to work for me? What are you doing? Come to my side. I will give you things you can't even imagine. I will give you power to rule the world in immense wealth. Anyone with a bit of ethics and morals would never fall for words like these, the girl observes, impressed with what she hears. But I don't have any of that. Give me more details. Go to heck, Yan Ho, my daughter. What are you doing? Do you think wealth and power are so important? And they aren't. Of course they are. They certainly are. Yes, they're important, very important. How much power and wealth can he give you? I will give it to you. What do you think this man could do for you? He may be the emperor's brother, but he doesn't have that much power anymore. He can only give you a low-ranking position in the inspectorate. But my father is different. He could give you wealth and power that would make anyone envious. Well, it seems his offer is better. How can you help a traitor frame us with a false rebellion? Didn't your master teach you anything about proper conduct? Yan Ho questions. My master? Yes, what did your master say? What did he tell you to do in situations like this? As he says this, he thinks, since he talks so much about his master, he must follow his words to the letter. His master surely didn't teach him wrong things. This could help us. My master said that in this type of situation, the man questions. So what did he say? I should side with whoever pays more. My master always said, morals and virtue only give you an empty name. They don't feed you. So don't worry about living righteously. You should get everything you want when you can. What kind of master says that? Exactly. What do morality and virtue bring? My father values those who help him. So will you work for my father? Work? Do I have to work? We won't make you work. We will give you the best quality food and all the rest you want for your entire life. Hearing this, he questions, for my whole life? I misspoke. If you don't want to work, you don't have to. You will still receive what I promised. Really? Asks Yon Ho. You are very generous. A true man. Of course I am. No freaking way. What do I need to do? The man smiles. First, take out everyone in front of you. What? They are rebels. Dealing with them is just the proper punishment. Is that true? The girl replies. Of course not. Well, were you planning a betrayal? She says again. We never planned a betrayal. He made it all up. How can you believe him? But in this situation, there's even a warrant. Idiot. Even if they did, taking them out still seems wrong. I've never taken a life, you know. Then I'll do it myself. Bring me my sword. I may not want to get my hands dirty, but when it comes to the sacred law of the nation, there can be no hesitation. Stop it. You learned about loyalty and about what is right. How can someone who serves the state do something like this? I'm doing this because I am loyal. Bye. Forgive me, Yoonji. Don't you think you went too far? Asks Yeon, who as he holds the man's sword. What is this strength? The man asks himself. Did you forget our conversation from just now? Of course not. But I'm ending the game here. Do you know what it takes to live a lazy life? Never do things that will bother you. Once I broke an inkstone my father liked. When I broke it, he wasn't home. It took him 3 days to return, and those 3 days waiting for him were torture. When he came back, he beat me until I almost perished. But after that, I could rest peacefully. He really could have ended him. The girl agrees with the old man. Hey, genius of Hanlin, why did you start talking all that nonsense out of nowhere? My master also said this. Always remember grudges, but remember even more the kindness that is given to you. A man who doesn't return what he received will one day pay back more than he got. Before you owe 10 or 20 times more, pay it back quickly. And I can't help but see this as a way of paying back that kindness. The three of them stare at him. I understand. Behind your pretty words, there's a desire to stop me. He starts laughing frantically and stops staring at Yeon Ho. Do you think I bribed you because I feared you? Not at all. It didn't seem like you were afraid of me. He raises his hand. Great. Good thing you know. Let me show you. If I wanted to, it would be easy to end you. Consider yourself honored to fall by my hands. Did Noki Mokipong train in martial arts? We see his attack. The power goes towards Yeon Ho, who finds himself surrounded by images of hands. Let me give you some advice. In your next life, stop being lazy and live diligently. The young man just stares. We see a wind passing by the disciples. And he says, strange, I've seen this somewhere before. Impossible. I used my ultimate technique from the start. He won't even be able to react. Despite this, Yeon Ho passes through the technique perfectly. What? Is it over already? He asks, appearing behind him. Noki Mokipong looks back. Oh no, how? He says. You saw everything. Why are you asking? Anyway now. Yeon Ho lands a kick on him and throws him against the wall. I'll only hit you once. Again, the people are impressed. Yeon Ho's kick makes the wind spread through the place. We see the people embracing and being untied. Did he perish? No, I didn't kick that hard. Besides, he's chubby. I'm sure he's fine. All right, let's continue. Wait, how about we pretend none of this happened? The group stares at him. Are you kidding? Seize him! Please, let me go, the leader says. Have you ever seen a royal inspector let a criminal like you escape? If I don't return home, my father will think things went wrong. And he will use his last card. No matter what the outcome of using it is, the royal palace will suffer irreversible damage. You scoundrel! Do I have to let him escape to avoid a bloodbath in the palace? Even if I didn't let him escape and tried to prevent it myself, it would be very difficult considering the strength of his house. Besides, Nokigi would use many cunning and evil methods. So he says, "You want me to just watch you villains ruin the royal palace?" The man replies, "That's how politics is, isn't it? Just think of it as having one temporary peace by having the weakness of the eunuch's espionage central as a bargaining chip. I heard that eunuchs dig 10 holes to escape because they are like rats. Get out of here." Yan, who says, "Want some advice too? The martial arts you were using were great, but their strength is fated to diminish when you use a technique to reduce your size. If you want to fight me properly, you'd better get rid of that disguise of yours. I will keep that in mind for the next time we meet. But I don't want to see you again. You won't. At least not with this appearance." Yawn. He watches him leave. Well, I guess it's over now. The people stare at him. "I'm going to sleep. You all take care of the rest." "You're going to sleep again?" he says. "I have my rights, don't you remember? Don't wake me up. I've warned you. I'm going to sleep until tomorrow. Don't wake me up." What the heck is he doing? After that day, Yon, whose life became very comfortable. This is so nice. It seems like Wanjia and Manyohan were having a tough time resolving the problems from that day, but that had nothing to do with Yan. Ho! No one bothered him or yelled at him for sleeping so much. It was practically paradise. We see the door open, and someone beside his bed. "Get up!" He doesn't respond. "I know you're just pretending to sleep. Stop it and get up." "What is it?" "My father wants to see you," he questions. "What happened to my guaranteed rest?" "It wasn't me who asked to see you. Go ask him." "You're not going to say you can't see him when you spent 7 days lying in this bed, are you? Can't I just see him another day? Ask him." "Get up!" "Father, he's here." Yon Ho enters the room. "Thank you, you may go now." He and the girl greet them. "Not you. You're supposed to stay here," he says to her. "He's talking about you." "Me?" he questions. The old man gets irritated. Yan Ho finally joins the men. "Sir!" He holds an item. "Sir?" "Yes, yes." "Here," he says, placing the item on the table in front of Yan Ho. He takes it and quickly tucks it into his clothes. "Do you know what this is?" "No," he replies. "Then why did you take it without saying anything?" "It looked expensive. My master always said to always take things that looked valuable. This sword." The man starts to explain, but he intervenes. "No returns. Don't be stingy. No, this sword. You're not going to act like a child asking me to give it back, are you?" "No, I just want to say that I already spit on it. Now it's mine." He keeps interrupting the old man. The same irritated shouts, "Let me speak, you little punk. This sword is the divine relic of the royal inspector. It's an item that will make you be treated as if you had my status wherever you go." He stops and stares at the item. The old man questions, "What, is there a problem? Is that all?" he asks. "Well, something more practical, like buying food or a house." "What's wrong with this?" questions the old man. "Why are you playing dumb? You're not going to say that what I did that day is only worth this, are you? Give and take, you know? That's how the world works. These days, something more realistic and modern. This is difficult, I love it, but I can't say it." "So instead of the divine relic, you want money?" "Well, yes, but I can't say it so directly. I learned to have manners, you know." The old man throws a box in his direction. The thrown item is the favorite inkstone of the other who is just watching. The old man threatens to say something. "This is the gift of the royal inspector. You will be treated well if you have this with you. It means I am giving you a title equivalent to that of a royal inspector. So, I'll have to work more. You will have an official position. It's the same thing, isn't it?" "No." "Then explain it to me. Just trust my words, okay? I'll trust you since you're older than me." The royal inspectors have been sending hidden inspectors to Zhongwan. The position has been empty for a while. It would be good if you took this position. "Am I only getting this?" he questions. "I didn't say that. I'll give you more. I'll even sell my house if I have to, you scoundrel." "Great. That could have gotten annoying." "What do you mean?" questions the old man. "No. Well, it's nothing." He was going to sell. "What house are you from? And who is your master?" "I can't say," he replies. The other man puts away his inkstone as the conversation unfolds. "Is it because you don't trust me?" Yon, who confirms with a nod. "You know who I am and yet you refuse to trust me and will hide your identity?" "It's not something like that. I just can't trust someone who hides their martial arts and is clearly pretending." "How many seconds do you need to defeat Noki Mokipong?" 5 seconds. 3. "I really don't like it." We see them now sitting at a go board. The old man has his hand outstretched over the image of Yeon-ho. I don't like being a piece in someone else's game. You knew I knew martial arts. I thought it was strange, no matter how crazy people are about Go, it makes no sense to travel such a long distance just for one match. And yet a huge number of people gathered here saying they just wanted to play Go. A plan was probably already in motion and I just happened to show up anyway when that Noki Mokipung appeared. And all this confusion started. At that moment, I had to make a decision. Which side should I follow? Shouldn't you have obviously followed us? There was a higher probability that Noki Mokipung's words were true. Even if the joint letter was fake, someone with Lee Wangjia's status was secretly gathering the most influential figures in the country. It's hard to believe this situation was just for networking. The most likely scenario, no matter what anyone says, is treason. And yet, you helped us. Because that girl ratted me out. If I hadn't been caught, I honestly would have just run from here. But that girl, she really seemed to know nothing, and that's why I couldn't run away. My master used to say, ideas are important and the world is important, but if you can't see the person right in front of you, all of it is in vain, the old man says, so that's why you acted so suspiciously in the middle of all this, to gauge my reaction. It was because I was upset. The other man just watches. I will ask you directly, are you plotting treason? And if I said yes, what would you do? Then I could finally sleep with my feet up, the old man questions. Even if I am planning treason, he replies. Should I wish you success? The old man says. You have no loyalty to the imperial family? He replies. It's not like His Majesty or the Emperor ever gave me anything. Why would I do that? If I had to choose, I'd rather root for you. The discussion is practically a game of Go. After all, you were the one who at least gave me gold. The inspector stares at him. Suddenly he starts to laugh and says, I knew you were frightening, but now I see you've completely surpassed my expectations. Yes, you are correct. However, I swear on my life that we are not planning a betrayal. We are just gathering a force to stand against Nokiji. The problem is that Nokiji has also realized this. Do you know why Nokiji sent Noki Mokipung? It was for him to perish by my hands. His goal wasn't to capture me, but to make me take down Noki Mokipung. If that had happened, Nokiji would have used that pretext to somehow reveal that I was hiding my martial arts and that I had been gathering all these people. And that's when you acted. If I offended you, I apologize. The game of Go, which you mentioned being used as a pawn, was never my intention. At that time, both I and you, Wang, who were here, were desperate. I understand, he says. Please believe me. I said I understand. So will you accept the position of a secret royal inspector? Let me say this in advance. I will never look for trouble on my own. I don't mind because even if you don't wish for it, the world will never leave you alone. Is that a curse? Asks Yeon. Ho! That is the true path of a hero. I pass, the old man replies. Destiny is not something you can just pass on. Then I will leave now. Go ahead. I will be leaving today as well. Yeon. Ho says, I sincerely hope we never meet again. For some reason, I feel like we will meet again soon. Yeon. Ho gets annoyed hearing this. What do you think of him? He's more than I expected. I imagined his martial arts would be strong, but I didn't think he would be a master of such a level that he could see through my arts. I thought I would find a divine dragon, but it seems I found a monster instead. If I'm not careful, I might get devoured. The other says it's worth taking a risk of this magnitude. Perhaps if it were just about his martial prowess, but his cunning is also beyond ordinary. He understood the whole situation but made no move until the end. He's not just strong. Who in the world created such a monster? In that case, investigate everything about him. Even if you can't find his deceased master, you must find out which family he belongs to. Do you understand? Yes, sir? Under the moonlight, we see him lying on the roof. Are you leaving? Hearing the voice, he sits up on the roof. To the owner of the house who fed and sheltered me, I wasn't planning on leaving without saying goodbye. Even if it's not now, you plan to leave soon, don't you? Yes, but even so, I saw and learned several things while I was here. And what did you see and learn? If I were to mention just the two most important things, one is that even people who read books can't live their lives like the books they read. The other is that this place, the Hulan, is much scarier than I thought. Scary? Because I never imagined he would be in the Rulam. Of all the people I've seen since I entered the Murim, the strongest master, Lee Wangjia's martial arts are certainly incredible. Shouldn't you stop acting now? You knew? The man says, releasing his energy. Yes, from the beginning, the man replies. This is problematic. I have to ask a favor. I won't tell anyone, says Yeon-ho. I'm counting on you. I hope to continue living as a scholar. In exchange, just tell me one thing. My master told me to come to rule him and see the world, so I expected to see things like justice and integrity here. But instead, what I saw seems to be the ugliness of the world. Everyone studies the classics and holds their own ideals in their hearts, but the ideals each person has are all different. And when these ideals conflict, people realize that to achieve their ideals, they must first overcome reality. Everyone knows that the knots that entangle the world must be untied, but untying these knots takes a lot of time. Besides, even if you invest time, there's no guarantee that the knots will come undone. In the end, those who get impatient start looking for a way to cut the knot. And that is the true nature of the dirty and suffocating schemes you speak of, like sacrificing one's own life or sending your own adopted son to his end. Is the whole world like this? The man replies to him. The imperial palace has aspects that are even worse, but other places aren't so different. I have no idea why my master wanted me to see the world. I don't know what he wanted me to see or feel. The world moves too quickly for a lazy person like me to see, feel, and understand. And isn't that good? I'm sorry, he asks. If the world is fast, you can just follow it calmly. A diligent person might see and learn various things, but a lazy person might be able to see things more clearly. If you decide beforehand what you will see and what you will feel, then what is the meaning of it? Go on your own 2 feet and see the world through your own eyes. If you do that, the world will show you the path you must follow. As I am, see the world as it is, questions the young man. He closes his eyes. As it is. He also joins his hands. Feel it, feel it. Under the moon, we see him sitting with an energy emanating from his body. The man stares at him. Then he climbs up beside him on the roof. After a while, Ho opens his eyes again. Thus, he crosses his arms. Do you feel like you understood something? To be honest, I'm not sure. That's enough. This is something to be understood with the heart. The man returns to the ground. I hope one day you find the answer. With that, he distances himself. Who watches him leave, and lies down on the roof again. It seems like I'm feeling something. Could the internal core my master gave me be having some kind of effect? He looks at the moon. Have you reached enlightenment? Ho closes his eyes. I still don't know, master. We see the boy lying on some boxes. Didn't you say you received the consignment item? Yes, the consignment item. Ho is, as always, asleep.